So we find ourselves again yet once in the Dodge. We're not going to Wyoming on this trip. Dodge has been in Wyoming too many times in the last month. We are going to be close to Wyoming, but we will be in Montana, and we will be on Montana dirt roads this time. That being said, it is windy AF right now, and I don't know how well video is going to come out where I plan on going, but I have a backup. So depending on what location A looks like, I will either do that video or we will go to location B. So hang in there, we'll figure it out. I'll try to make good video for you either way. That being said, thanks for clicking on this video. Hope I earned your subscription, and thanks for following along. Okay, so this area holds an enormous amount of Native American rock art. I've known about this area for a long time. I've actually never been back here. There's going to be more of these little walking trips, part of a little series that I'm not going to name this, but this is I am trying to quit smoking series, so there's going to be more hiking and things and that stuff. That being said, we've got Bridger Blue with us, my 9-year-old cattle dog. He's like 4 different breeds of cattle dog, arguably the best dog I've ever had in my life. Got this with us. With us quickly approaching spring and how warm it's been, I am concerned of the bears not being still in hibernation. They're probably going to be out. A better chance of it. And well, look at this. This is totally mountain lion country. So, bringing the Magnum Power with me, as my son calls it, my walking stick. Okay, so I do not know. We're just gonna go this way. Kind of seems this is the way most people go. It's just some crazy terrain back in here, though. We'll bring it back when we get a little further in. Well, we're getting into some more rock up ahead here. Hopefully we can find some of this rock art. I see pull it out of my pocket here. There's a big cave, like up right there, at the top of my fingernail. like an undercut. I don't know if that's where it might be at, but this is looking like it can quickly turn into what Jack and I were in our last video. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, it's definitely pretty neat in here. You can see all the different sedimentary layers in the ground here. There's like a pretty prominent band of gravel in here. There's fossils and all sorts of crazy rocks and stuff out here people find. Huh. Thought that was something else. Almost looked like it was possibly like a stone tool or something. Ugh. Jeebus. Yeah, you can find a lot of cool stuff if you just walk these washes in here. Lots of crazy rock formations. There's just lots of wild erosion that's gone on out here. See if we can't get some elevation. See if, I don't know, like there could be some art on that rock wall over there. Right, basically where I'm pointing with my gun, there's a discoloration in that rock, and it's at the last place we went, that was the rock texture that they like to do their artwork on. It seemed like it was a softer layer, easier for them to engrave, basically. So, if I remember correctly, the prominent tribe, well, not remember, I know, the prominent tribe that controlled this area was the Crow Nation. The teepee rings that we were going to go see, that was like a hunting ground. There's about 24 or so teepee rings that you can see or find. Now, the reason for those teepee rings is, I believe, at where they were at, that was a wintering hunting ground. So they would move in there during the winter time when all the game would get pushed down out of the mountains, and that's where they would live. That is just pure speculation on my part, but if you follow along the Native American history, they typically went where the game went. So if the game moved down, so would they. Now, I am unaware of any buffalo that may have been found up in this area. I cannot speak to that, but I do know that there are elk, deer, and other small game out here that they would have been hunting for. So likely they would have just followed those massive herds down from the top, if that makes any sense. Oops, sorry, I'm trying to narrate. That's cool. You can like crawl under that. I wouldn't want to though. Yeah, the way the Indians, natives, first peoples, however you want to, refer to them. I grew up with natives and Indians, so that's the term I'm going to use. So anyhow, the way that the natives had, they lived out back in their time, it was rough. It was hard living. I mean, you're basically in a leather tent, and you're braving, especially out here, massive winds, driving snowstorms, wild animals, ones that see you as a meal, not a threat. And then there was a time when they didn't have to worry about the lions and the bears as much as they did the white man. Because we went from just curious explorers to conquerors in ways. So, we're not going to go down that road and the debate of all that. We'll just leave that right there. But I do appreciate their heritage, the way they lived, and what they had to go through. We'll get up to these cliffs and see if maybe we can't find something. On a quick note, I should point out the way I am dressed. Dressed a little warm for what the weather is. It's like 62 degrees according to the Dodge. However, I don't know how long I'm going to be out here. Kind of desolate, and this is also like a desert. Once that sun drops below them hills, it gets cold out here fast. The reason why I'm here is, well, because you can hear me. You can't. These clouds are actually moving quite quickly. I was bucking 25, 30 mile an hour winds all the way down here. So that being said, I'm dressed a little on the warm side in case I'm out here late. Not worried about getting lost out here. I think it'd be pretty hard to do that. However, got my wild rag on, got my boonie hat. I'm dressed for a possible late night expedition out here, whereas our last video I was dressed a little on the lighter side for that hike in, and things got a little cold. So we're not going to repeat that, because I can always stop and cool down. So anyways, bring you back if we find something. Oof, I wouldn't be surprised if that was used for shelter. Kind of a natural cave here. I mean, if I needed shelter, this is where I would go. Kind of figured there might have been something in here, but I was wrong. See little animal tracks though. Yeah. So the petroglyphs over outside Billings in Lockwood, All the petroglyphs are in little caves like this. That's kind of why I came up here and looked. But no dice. Bridge, come. Yeah, the dog's getting around all this stuff better than I am by a lot. Yeah, I just kind of figured we would see something up here, but I guess I was wrong. Drop back down. You can hear the wind. It's picking up. But yeah, it's a lot less windy in here than it is out by where I parked the truck. That's for sure. Alright, well, looks like there's a storm down there. The other reason why I'm dressed on the warmer side, in case I get caught in something out here. This is the type of dirt, when you walk in it when it's wet, you get taller. That goes all the way through. I just love these wild rock formations out here. And another cave. We'll go check that one out. Put you back in my pocket. Yeah, I've not been able to find a lot of information on this area, which is good. No one's broadcasted like the GPS coordinates where all the actual rock art is. It keeps them preserved that way. See, I'd expect rock art to be in this. Careful. It wouldn't be hard to climb this though. There's a lot of handholds. So the canyon I'm in is getting pretty rough. I've reached the end of this canyon and I've not seen not one rock art. I'm gonna have to backtrack and go hit the another finger. And there's a lot of places that they could have had it up here. I'm just not seeing any of them. Bridge! Plenty of Native American soap up here though. Bridge? Oh, there you are. Yeah, the natives would they'd use the roots of these yucca plants to make soap, and they'd use the spiny leaves as sewing needles. Yeah, I don't see anything up here. I mean, it was worth a try. I mean, there's no shortage of protected cliff sides for them to leave their mark, but I'm just not seeing any, unless they're like way up there, which who knows what this canyon looked like 5,000 years ago. Guarantee it didn't look anything like this. All right, well, I'll bring you back when we get to the end of this and look for some more stuff. Very comfortable. So, sit rep. I think I'm on the wrong side of this canyon. Got a lot more backtracking than I originally thought. Need to be over on that side. But there is just so much canyon here. There's so many different like layers that this stuff can be on, and there's like no trail markers. I'm just kind of just following the most beaten path out here. Yeah, this stuff can be anywhere. This is going to be a real chore to find any of this stuff. I am getting quite warm. Wind is coming and going. I've got some pretty dark clouds to the north of me here. So, yeah, it's gonna be a chore, and it's like almost 3 o'clock right now. So I got like maybe 1 more hour, 2 at the most, of searching before I have to cut this short and make this a 2-part series. So we got that going for us. Are you okay, dog? Making all sorts of weird noise over there. Oh, you want some Blevins? You're a good dog, staying right next to me. I'm worried about him finding like a rattlesnake or something. And ooh, what's that stick? It's a rubber stick. So anyways, yeah. We're just taking a cool down break right now. He was starting to pant pretty good. We're gonna drop back down off of this and circle around, because most likely everything's gonna be on the west side of this canyon. I'm just kind of going off our last video. All the stuff was on the west side of the canyon. Very little of it was on the east. So we're gonna drop back down, and I'm gonna circle around and see if I can't find anything over there. It looks like there's a much more of an established trail over there too. So we'll have to see what we find. Someone was in here recently. They're like, maybe with like within the last week, I've been finding some pretty recent foot tracks that like aren't completely blown in yet. So we'll have to see what we find. I am not seeing anything in this canyon that would look like it'd have rock art on it. I mean, these faces are pretty open. You should be able to see it from, well, me to the rocks. I'm not seeing anything. I just might be in a totally wrong canyon. This might have to be a two-part video, you know, like an attempt number 1. So, I mean, I'd be happy with a single petroglyph at this point, but I don't think I'm even gonna see that. Not in this canyon anyways. I mean, this is not exactly easy country to walk through. Granted, I mean, I've hunted in worse, but nonetheless, you know, I'm fat, I'm a shape, I'm round. So, and it's warm. So there's some struggles. Anyhow, I think I could pick up the other canyon on the way back to the truck. Hopefully we can find something in there. Like, I totally would expect to see something on these cliffs, but I don't. So, I've been using my phone to zoom in on some of this stuff that looks like it might be like a rock art, but because I don't have my binoculars, I kind of forgot to grab my range bag. But anyways, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm glad that these aren't like, hey, they're right here, but it would be kind of nice if they had some signage on the trail that would kind of point you in the general direction, because I could be in a completely wrong canyon. Ugh. So, don't know. There's a big cavern up here I'm gonna go check out. There might be something in there. Bring you back when I get there. All right, well, let's go bridge. Really old deadfall in here too. How is there not rock art in here? This is incredible. It's also incredibly steep. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this would be a definite shelter for me if I were out here. You could stack these rocks to make fortify a wall. Yeah, no art. Incredibly smooth walls though. All right, start heading out. Beautiful canyon, or cave. I'm gonna have to take a picture of this. Let's go, seeing how we're already pretty much here, let's go look inside. Just how all this rock is, all this stuff is calved off of this over time. That's what I was saying, like you could take all this flat rock and stack it up high enough to at least make a somewhat of a room in here. Pretty good vantage point. I mean, I would have stayed here. Hoofda. Alright, well, guess start heading back down. I'll have to do some more research. I know some people that know this area a lot better than I do, and that I've actually seen the, they know where the rock art is. See if maybe I can't get some more information from them before I come back out here again, if we do not find it today. I could really use a cigarette right now. I'm honestly surprised that I've not seen like any large animal tracks coming up through this. It's just formidable as a formation here. Alright, well, bring it back next time I find some stuff. Oh. Oops, sorry, dog. Deposits. Look at this hot tub. Just the power of water just never ceases to amaze me. I'm looking at these clouds and it's looking like it's time to go. This is going to have to be a two-part series. I've eliminated 2 canyons. There's only so many canyons out here. So I have eliminated 2 canyons, and we'll have to come back, maybe come back with Jack, and we could try to find the other canyons. It'll have to be a camping trip, because he's got to drive to get here, and this is a drive for me to get here. So yeah, Jack, if you're watching this, come out and let's do a hike. See if we can find something that's worthwhile. So I had just enough service to pull up some information. I was actually in the right canyon, but the stuff is really hidden, and I think I know exactly where it was at. But that would have to, that mean I'd walk in another 2 miles back up to where I was just at. It's getting late. I kind of need to be home at a decent time on this trip. I am going to cut this short. I do, however, might have enough time to, because I'm not too far from it, go check out some teepee rings. So we might just go do that. Yeah, I really wish I could have found them on this trip, but we got clouds rolling in. We're supposed to be getting moisture this weekend, so I really don't want to push my luck too much. This is the type of stuff that's you don't want to be caught in. What in the Moses is that? I have no idea what that is. So, this being the case, I'm going to try and coordinate with possibly Jack. And this is going to be a 2-part series. Hopefully, I'm going to try and set this up to where when I end this, the other video will be posting as well. I'll try to do these in a series 1 and 2. Or maybe I'll just make it all in one video. I don't know yet. But more than likely, this will end up being a camp out with Jack. So we're gonna try and find the trail again. Holy Moses. Here we go. So yeah, gonna do some more digging and see if I can't narrow down more locations, because some of these rock arts are even older than the last ones that we've seen. And supposedly these rock arts were all made by chieftains. So I will do some more, I'll do some more digging and see what we can find. Okay, so we tried getting to the teepees, and well, the teepee rings are way the hell out there at like where it's all flat. You can see where it's all flat out there. The sun's beat, so basically the brightest point, like right there on top of my finger, that's where all the teepee rings are. That's over a mile and a half ish to get to, which I'm not against. I've already hiked 4 miles today. However, here's the dilemma. We got a big storm moving in, and well, I've already been, it's already mud holes on this road, and I really don't want to be tearing up the road anymore. And if this hits while I'm out here, like, I mean, it's going to hit this range. There's no two ways about it. It's going to hit this range. I do not want to be up here. We're supposed to get snow, It's already like 50 degrees. Yeah, I'd rather not be up here when that storm hits us. So this will probably be also another video with Jack. Like I said, you know, we're going to do a camp out video. I'm going to try and push for that. This part of the road is not for seasonal closure, so like we can get up here anytime. Just like 100 yards ahead of me is where they shut this road down for springtime runoff. There's plenty of places down here to camp. So we're going to have to conclude this video for part 2. I was going to try to find, you know, get you guys something good to watch. It's just way she goes. I'm going to post this video. You guys might be upset with me because you've watched this whole feature and didn't get to see anything of historical importance. However, I'm going to post this to show that not all these trips or all these videos you guys see are successful trips. There's a lot of trips like this that I do that aren't successful. I don't get to see anything, or we can't get to the objective. So that being the case, I'm gonna post it. You know, there's still got to see some pretty cool things, and it will provide context for the next video. Yes, so that's what I'm gonna do. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, thank you. Like, subscribe, you know, all the things. And see you on the next one.